What's up, guys? So we have a brand new card coming out in the structure deck, Traptrix, aka SD45. But more importantly, we got the full spoiler list, and I'll let you guys know if it's actually worth buying in this video. Keep in mind, this is like an earlier showcasing leak here, so take it with a grain of salt here, because in the TCG sometimes we get a different variety of cards depending on, of course, our ban list. So starting right off, let's go over the brand new final card that actually got revealed here. So this is the final card in this set that got revealed. So this is Traptrix Strucure, and it is a normal trap card that says you can only use one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn only once that turn. So the first part of it says that you can activate this card the turn it was set by discarding one normal trap card. Special summon this card in defense position as a normal monster, plant earth, level 4, 400 attack, 2400 defense points. It is not treated as a trap. Second part is you can banish this card from your graveyard and then target one Traptrix monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So this could see some play in other decks that aren't Traptrix related. Obviously, the second effect, you got to be playing Traptrix. But the other part, by discarding one normal trap card, some other decks, you can banish a trap card from your graveyard to get some sort of bonus effect. So dumping it in, it actually could help you out. And then you just have a free, like, level 4 special summonable plant monster that can be utilized for other plays. So I think that can be kind of cool for that ability. Next up, though, so the full spoiler list over on the wiki and on the Wikipedia, that one's not finished. But I did see this one that was posted over here over on, I believe it was Zodiac. It was also posted on some other forums, but as far as I can tell over here, this is what the list is looking like. Again, it's coming out, well, in the OCG, I believe it's the 3rd of December, but this is the list over here. So going over the value wise, so let's go over like the value in terms of money. Is it actually worth picking up? There's a bunch of newer cards in here that have not actually been printed, so those for the prices, we won't be able to like actually know how much these are actually worth, but some of these cards are just basically Traptrix oriented, as in they're not going to be cards you could splash in other decks, therefore the value will probably be remaining under like the $1 mark for the most part. There's this card that lets you discard a insect or a plant monster or a normal trap to draw 2 cards, and you can banish from your graveyard. This card, however, could be maybe worth like a couple bucks, but this is the only card that maybe some other decks may be interested in playing. There's also Delusion Trap Hole that lets you like pop some that other decks could play, but for the most part, this whole deck is all about Traptrix orientation in terms of like what the cards are basically for, with the exception of a few other cards that we do know the prices of. So as far as the cards we don't know the prices of in terms of value, there's just like that Traptrix alert. That's basically it. The rest of the stuff, it's pretty much under $1 for the most part in terms of like some of the plant stuff, relatively low. Now here's where we get into some interesting point of discussion. We just got a new ban list announcement, so we probably won't get one pretty soon. This may launch maybe in like March in the TCG. I'm not sure if we have an official release date, but Maxi, if this card does get unbanned, it will be absolutely worth it. I mean, look at the lowest price of Maxi over here. It's like 14 bucks. So looking at just this one card alone will be worth the $11 that this structure deck should be costing. There's also Mech Knight Purple Nightfall. This is like a $2 card consistent. Some of the Mech Knights like $1 to $2. I mean, it adds up, right? Moral Attack is also in here. So basically what looks like they're trying to incorporate is basically Hat. If you guys remember what that deck was back in the day, it was basically artifacts, you had the Traptrix, and then you had the hands. Now, I would say the hands really lost out on their value in terms of like just modern Yu-Gi-Oh! It's one of those like floaters, but lets you pop one, then special summon another one. I think one pops a monster, one pops a spell and trap. But again, they were really great back in the day because card advantage actually meant something. In this day and age, card advantage doesn't really mean too much. But yeah, the artifacts are in here as well. So surprisingly, the Regaki is just a couple bucks here, not too big of a deal. But Harvey's Feather Duster, depending on, of course, the variant that you get, these are a couple dollars, right? But it's really coming down to Maxi. The rest of the cards, if you added them all up, and I guess there's Sanctum here, and that's actually, well, that's surprising. It's like still like $4 to $7. Okay, so with just like the Maxi basically sets it to be like worth absolutely picking up just a resell, but most of the cards like $2 to $3. I mean, yeah, you could price them out, and obviously with any structure deck and starter deck, if you sold everything individually for, you know, a few cents here and there, it will add up. But realistically, are people going to want to do that? I know for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh vendors, they don't like selling cards online unless it's like worth a certain threshold, and so that Traptrix alert, which I believe is this card right here, where it's like you get to draw 2. That card could be splashed in a lot of different decks. It really just comes down to the Maxi, because even if we look at like this card at like $3, we got the The artifacts seem to at like $3, like $6. And you got like 7 or 8, 9, 10 with Regeki. Like you will make your money back, but it's by a very small margin. Sometimes in certain structure decks or starter decks, we get a card that's like a $50 reprint, and then it absolutely becomes worth it. So in terms of my feedback for it, if you want to play Traptrix, and if you guys want to see some gameplay, I just dropped it actually recently. The deck's like okay, it's really slow. At the end of the day, it's more of a grind game advantage deck. So it's not like negate every single play that your opponent does. Like they sound something maybe you can hit them on the bottom with, they're more likely to negate it or whatever, because modern Yu-Gi-Oh is just a lot faster. But I would say that if you're interested in playing Traptrix, sure, you can pick this up if you have no cards, and it can be like an okay investment. With the exception of Maxi. If Maxi becomes unbanned, then this is like an absolute must buy, because this is like the cheapest way to get Maxi, right? It's our easy way to access it. But again, this isn't like 1000% confirmed, because sometimes people do post fake things. But looking at what the list looks like right now, we're only missing a few cards. So I'll update you guys if that list turns out to be fake. But let me know what you think of the new structure deck. Of the Forest of the Traptrix is what it's officially called. But let me know if you're going to pick it up. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here, subscribe to the bell so you don't miss out on when we cover more new Yu-Gi-Oh stuff in the future. But take care, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.